Good afternoon. It's good to be with you, to take a few moments in the Word. You and I, when we were born again, with the measure of faith, not a measure. If it was a measure, then one could have unjustly got more than another. But no, we were all born again with the measure of faith. And then we've been given the opportunity to live by faith, which means then we're not limited to what's around us, but the limits can be taken off of our life. But there's a development of that faith. And there's an area or two here that I want to talk to you about. In 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 5, it says that we add to our faith virtue. Now, many would look at virtue and say that means character, integrity. That's really not what that means there. That comes later on in another verse or two after that when it's talking about godliness or godlikeness. Now, when you look at it in the Amplified, I believe the Amplified gets it correct when it's talking about Christian energy. You add to your faith energy. In other words, it could be easy to be lazy in our faith and not really develop it or do anything with it. But we're to apply ourselves. And so we put energy to our faith. With energy, we develop our confession of faith. With energy, we move into that corresponding action. With energy, we develop our faith. The next thing it says to add to virtue is to add knowledge to our virtue. And that knowledge is just understanding, certainly knowledge of who He is, because faith works out of relationship with God. Paul said, I know whom I have believed and am fully persuaded He's able to keep that which I've committed unto Him. And so certainly that means to know Him more and more so that our confidence in Him grows. But also it means to add understanding, developing our understanding of how faith works. Bill and I, probably the first 5 to 10 years of our life and Christian life, and I don't mean we've stopped, but we spent most of our time just studying faith, the life of faith. At that time, it was tapes, and we took Scotch tape and repaired our tapes because we listened to them over and over again because we wanted to understand the word nigh us in our mouth and in our heart, that faith cometh by hearing, corresponding action. We wanted to understand faith because we wanted to live this life successfully. So we took that energy and we pursued the understanding of this life of faith. When we do that, child of God, and we develop in faith, then we come to a place where we'll not be barren, will not be unfruitful, but I tell you that we will be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. I love you. I look forward to being with you again on Monday.